This video is anything but free because this video is worth $1 million. How can a $100 bill make you a millionaire? We're going to use a secret weapon because we have to cheat to pull this off. Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick Bet-David. His logic is simple. Double the stake with each investment he makes. We start with $100 and my aim is not to double the stake up to $1 million. That's mathematically impossible. But to do times 10 on this sum. So 100 to 1000, first step, 1000 to 10,000, second step, 10,000 to 100,000, third step, last step, 100,000 to $1 million. I will explain how to go from $100 to $1,000 for this first step. If you have between $100 and $1,000, don't do crypto. Don't start an online training course. Don't start a project. Don't live from monetization. Don't do any of that. You are extremely poor. You have no strength, no power, no status in this financial pyramid. You are nothing. You are at the bottom and it's honest, you see, it's friendly to tell you the truth. You can tell a friend by someone who actually tells you the truth. But you still like them and it's the same for me. After 5 years of crossing the desert, I would not even recommend buying good equipment. Because in fact, whatever happens, you are going to have to take it in several times without a loan. Apart from a few small exceptions, like the Mac Mini M2. But in fact, you're going to have to buy that equipment again for something more serious later on. So don't buy anything, not even a $10 microphone, not even a computer. What are you going to do? Are you going to buy a $500 computer? Are you going to pay for it over 10 months? $50 a month with extra charges and all? Frankly, it sucks. Consume as much free content as possible. Make friends as much as possible with people who have achieved what you want to achieve for free. That's level 1. Benefit 100% from free content. For example, when people buy online from YouTubers, product advertisers, they have seen 2-3 times on ads without really going to the accounts and all. I found that ignorant. I found that moronic. Before buying from someone, look at all their free videos. Look at everything they offer for free. That's the reasoning behind it. And then you say to yourself, well, okay, I love it. I want to know more. It's honest what he is proposing. Let's go. I'm putting my money in because it's less worth my money than the value I'm going to get, the experience I'm going to gain, even the money I'm going to earn afterwards by applying all his advice, everything I'm going to learn in it. That's the kind of intelligent buyer's thinking you have to have. Because anyway, at that point, if you don't even have that much money, between $100 and $1,000, that's just the beginning. I started with $2-3. In fact, you are not worth anything yourself. We don't give you our money because you've got nothing. You've got no skills, you're nobody. Really, you're a nobody. You've got nothing useful to offer except your time. But even your time today with software or AIs, me, today, for example, I would rather work with 5-6 AIs, 5-6 software programs and 10 GPTs than 50 service providers. Firstly, because I would not have the money to pay them, but above all, because even if I were to spend, say, $50,000 a month on 50 service providers, in fact, these AIs and GPTs would give me much more satisfaction. It would be much more intelligent work. I would be the master of them. They never get tired, there's automation and what's more, of all the intelligent tools that exist today, there is no need for all this. So, your value as an individual must be stronger than OpenAI, unless you're a rich kid. Those people will croak later, that's it, and let them croak. It's unfair for them, but in fact, it's fair for us. In fact, it's fair for those who put in the effort, those who train. If I do a 100-meter dash against Usain Bolt tomorrow, he's going to shrivel me up, because that's not what I train for. On the other hand, I train on intelligence, IQ and books, and this brings in money, at least $1,000. What I recommend once you have consumed as much free content as possible is to join a circle of entrepreneurs. It's hyper useful because you're going to see, in fact, future monsters. You don't want to go with today's monsters. Today's monsters, in fact, have their videos written for them. They don't give a damn. In fact, they don't give a damn. They talk to you even about products or whatever. In fact, it's all in the ads, whether it's a product, even a physical one, you know? What you have to do is work, in fact, to get into the rhythm of those who will break through in 2 years, so that you possibly will break through in 4 years. That's the reality of things. It takes a long time for the public to get to know you. Why am I talking about traffic? Why am I talking about spectators? Because your money will follow the law of scale. The more people who know you, the more people who have access to your product, the more money you make, because the more you convert. It's the same thing. Many times we have come across a solution and said to ourselves, but if I had known about it, I would not have bought solution A, B, C, D, E first. Well, yes, because that person, that solution was not as well known as solution A, B, C, D, E before. In the Entrepreneurs Discord, the goal is a new entourage. You're going to play the game to the hilt, even if you don't have any value to offer. That's okay. Even ask questions, highlight other people, create routines, create habits, make goals, start a crossing of the desert, talk to everyone, introduce yourself perfectly, make a video to introduce yourself. It makes it even better. It makes it even more human. You can't just sit back and watch. It's useless. It's useless. So that's number one. Number two, I'm not talking about investing at all. Firstly, I'm going to tell you right now about my channel. Do you have any other solution? I'm going to talk to you about a book that you're going to select for this reasoning. The rest you keep in savings, or you can test maybe 1 or 2 softwares, not more. Why do I encourage you so much more to, in quotes, non-application? Mind you, not inaction, non-application. Because at the beginning, your intelligence will be to let crappy ideas pass, to let crappy desires pass, to let crappy people pass. You have to do very little at first. For example, in my case, I lost a lot of money in cryptocurrency at the beginning because, in fact, as soon as I heard about the thing, I bought it. I would have made a lot more money if I had had a plan, a strategy, and a lot more experience at the start. At first, I thought that trading the MACD and RSI would make me profitable. It didn't. Don't take it personally, of course, but every time you're a beginner at something, you're a beginner because you're just starting out. And it sucks. You suck, really, you suck. Diploma, no diploma, age, no age, experience in a big group, whatever you want, you suck. Tell yourself that many times. You suck, you suck, you suck. So that afterwards, in fact, you don't believe yourself so much. It's not for nothing that, for example, there have been subjects on the table for years, even, for example, Succeed and Grow Rich through Persuasion, which I think was written maybe 60 years ago. Why haven't you read it yet? You suck at not reading it yet, you know? By the way, I'm going to put up an email capture and or a survey if you are interested in paid private videos, in which I would give a lot more advice, in which I will get even more down to earth. So let me know if you are interested or not, okay? Let's resume. Now that you've got your $1,000, let's move on to the second stage of Patrick Bet-David's Your Next 5 Moves philosophy. That is from $1,000 to $10,000. What you're going to do is either become a service provider with no ego, the entrepreneur's rat race, or find a permanent job. What's more, you're going to go back to your parents because all the money you are going to earn from these two rat activities, one rat activity, employee rat race, the other rat activity, entrepreneur rat race, is my concept. Share it with your loved ones, your family. You have to make them more obsessive. Intelligence means putting more IQ into your actions. In my case, I waited a long time before making a living online. I used to earn my living by investing, but most of that investment came from my permanent job, which I kept 100% at the time at $1,550 a month in 39 hours, 2 hours from home and back. You can lie on your resume. Yes, because when you have been looking for a job for 6 months, after a while, you start to be ready for anything. Do it, don't do it, you do what you want. I'm not going to help you, at least not if you are struggling. Besides, no one is going to help you when you are struggling. So, those are good lies, nice little lies. Anyway, you're not the only one doing it. This system is so incompetent that you are deemed incompetent because you don't have the right diploma or whatever. That's why it's stupid to get involved in this game. So, do your own thing and screw everyone else. On the other hand, I would like to quote a friend of mine who has a huge editing agency. He trained himself in editing when he was 18, and now he edits for Dali Dutiol, Yomi Denzel, all those who have really super clean editing. My friend was profitable in his online business, this second man's man. Can you imagine? It took me years, and him the second man's, because he was there at the right time. He's got a huge IQ. He's someone who can play Beethoven like that because he trained for a year at home. People are going to say, "This got nothing to do with it," but it does. Intelligence is all-encompassing. Often, super intelligent people, for example, are masters of communication. Me, I think I'm a very intelligent person today. Basically, I had a good brain, but because of today's society and my normal lifestyle, my brain was at 10%. So it sucked. By expelling the rottenness, I was able to have the brain of an intelligent person. And you can see that in my communication, it all connects. Andrew Tate, he had said, in fact, if you talk fast often and hold coherent reasonings often, it's because you think faster than others. You think faster than others. Why? Why do you think faster than others? Because you are smarter than everyone else. We should all have IQ on our foreheads. We would save a lot of time in our communication, and we would want to improve it because everyone is talking about money and girls. Nobody is talking about intelligence and IQ. And if you look closely, I'm obliged to share financial concepts to encourage you to work on your intelligence. because otherwise nobody's going to come to me. Because if I don't, nobody's going to take me seriously. We want the Dubai life and the Lamborghini next door. The choice between the 99% and the 1% in terms of desire is between whether you would rather have a library in your studio or whether you would rather have Tai Lopez Lamborghini at the time in its advertising. Create your first nest egg. But above all, don't spend anything. Spend nothing. No girlfriend, nothing. No apartment, no car rental. The minimum. Work on your expenses. Because every penny you take out, as explained in Benjamin Franklin's The Way to Wealth, out of his notes, in fact, a full sow that dies means millions of piglets that won't be born. Because maybe she would have given birth to 8 piglets, which themselves would have given birth to maybe 30 piglets, which themselves would have given birth to 100 piglets, 100,000, 200,000, 1 million, 10 million. Do you understand? If your mother had died, you would have died too. And your children would have died too. And so on and so on. So, every dollar you earn, you have fought to get it by doing the right race, which was my case for years and years and years. So, you don't get it out. No ego, no nothing. You stink, your parents think you play video games, you've got shoes with holes in them. I've been through it all. Who cares? What's important is that you protect yourself, because you're not going to put up with this pace for very long. How do you invest your money? You invest it as quickly as possible in a cryptocurrency investment strategy. If you feel you don't have enough knowledge and skills to make good investments, then trust someone who knows better than you. You don't have to understand him, but you do have to believe him. Go in with your eyes closed. It's like if you take a coach. You see, for example, today, I follow a bodybuilding coach. I pay him a lot of money every month. So I'm not sitting there saying, why don't we do this and this I have seen and that and this and that. No, that's stupid. That's moronic. I'm here to trust him, eye to eye. And even if it was not my goal in the first place, I am now working out 6 times a week compared to 0 for 6 months before, for years. And I have put on 9 pounds of dry muscle while I was losing weight every year. I had lost minus 15 pounds. Right now, I'm just starting to gain weight again thanks to his workouts. I judge him on the results by trusting him after several months. I don't judge him on every decision he gives me. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. You are not coachable. It's the same thing here. When you watch this video, that video, I don't want you to watch it and then move on to something else, this and that. No, you take as many notes as possible. This video, I'm killing myself making it, okay? I'm putting a lot of energy into it. I have read a lot for it. And above all, it's hyper profitable because you don't pay me anything at all. And even if you paid me $100, I don't think this video is worth $100. I think it's worth a lot more. For me, it has been experiences. It has been loss of earnings, sometimes $100,000. Pretend you have lived through all the mistakes I have made, so you can feel them and not want to make the same ones. The aim in cryptos, if you have between $1,000 and $10,000 that you start investing every month, is to DCA periods and interest in cryptos, obviously, but above all, periods that are conducive to entering the market. When the market is only going up, there is no point getting in. On the other hand, when the market is only going down, after certain values, when the crypto loses minus 70%, it's not going to go to minus 100%, guys, okay? So at minus 70%, you say to yourself, well, actually, if I go in there, even if it goes down to minus 90, just in case I'm at how much loss? Minus 20% maximum. So what? Who cares? I do it. It's my investment method today, and it's the one that works. It's normal if when you invest in the first month, second month, third month, whatever you like, you're actually losing a little more by minus 30%. It's normal, and that has practically always been my case. It's not perfect, but on the other hand, it's profitable. Perfect is in the mind. Perfect is what you dream, but it doesn't exist. It's not real. Here is a little golden tip. If you have an investment plan and you are really into it, your identity is actually that of an ETH holder or an AKT holder from the Akash network. So, in fact, you also understand the cost of showing off, because now you know how to invest your money. You spend 1,000 bucks, even 500 bucks, but in your head it's 10,000 bucks, it's 5,000 bucks, because that's money you can make times 10 on. You understand? Other people don't have that kind of thinking, because they can't earn money on their own anyway. When you look at people's accounts, all they manage to do is waste money, spend money. Their account is all red. Yours is all red, yes, but on the platform it's all green. Don't multiply your investment sources. It's only cryptos, okay? There's nothing more profitable than that, especially right now. And once again, those who don't act now, in 2 years' time, they're going to tell you there is this, there is that. The market has already gone up by a factor of 10, for example, okay? May you croak, okay? May you croak. I have been talking about it for a long time. May you croak. I'm on it. I have won, maybe not times 10, but I have won. Now that you've got $10,000 starting from $100, you go the long way from $10,000 to $100,000. From 100,000 to 1 million is not long, if you follow me. From 10,000 to 100,000 is extremely long, because in fact, it's going to be in the form of periods. And above all, the first piece of advice I would like to give you is that you don't have to diversify your sources of income or investment, whatever you want, to earn more money faster or more in quantity. It's got nothing to do with it. It's better to maximize what you master. Basically, to maximize what you know how to do. In your case, that might be crypto trading. In my case, it's online entrepreneurship. That's where we're good. For example, if I wanted to learn another skill, I would start from scratch and do another 5 years on it, 7 years on it, 9 years on it? No, I master what I do. In 2080, life is the one thing. That's life. In other words, it's so hard and it's so competitive to be good at everything that it's better to be just extreme about what is easy for you to do. In my case, it's online entrepreneurship. I'm excellent at that. I've got a brain trained for it. In your case, it could be developing new technologies. It could be managing a SaaS that, aided by artificial intelligence, brings a real paradigm shift to the market. It could be being the best team manager for entrepreneurs who find it hard to delegate. What you want, really, you see, I'm extremely creative on that. You look for what you want, you will find it. The important thing is how much time you put into it. It's normal if you think about it for 2 hours every night, tired, and you can't find an answer. The goal is to block yourself, for example, even 1 month, 2 months is profitable, to know exactly what you do, what you don't do. You can use ChatGPT. Today it's 4.0. You can use ChatGPT 4.0 like a coach you're going to talk to. But the same goes for the next versions, 5, 6, 15, whatever you want, to say, this is how I think, these are my gaps, these are my flaws, these are my advantages, this is what I like to do, this is what I like, I'm going to do this, that, be extremely hard, how it sucks to do this, be severe, be critical, give me some perspective, I'm really struggling with this because I've got my head on my shoulders, I don't know. It will try, okay? It's not like you've got me on your side. That's normal. Or another entrepreneur you respect, or whatever, or trader. But it will still bring you the coaching side every day. I can coach you every day. And even if you paid me a lot, I would not do it. I'm not interested, okay? It's not for me. On the other hand, in its case, a small subscription at $20 a month, it's fine, it's taken care of. So you can use it to challenge yourself even harder than your own biases. What it takes to go from $10,000 to $100,000 is going to take you a while to get there. But it's actually a crypto cycle plus at least one product to sell online yourself. The product to sell online, first of all, you need to have a high income skill. So this skill is going to take maybe a year, 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 6 months, I don't know. My friend, for example, in his case, at the beginning, you remember, it was the second month. So we will say 2 months, and immediately he was profitable on it. In your case, it could be years. In mine, it was years. And what you're going to do is offer a product on it. It can be a coaching product, it can be an online product, it can be an information product, it can be a community product, it can be a physical product, a virtual product, a support product in which you invest your time, your energy, even your money. You do what you want. Then comes the question of you have to make yourself known. Precisely, don't make yourself known at the same time as acquiring skills. To me, that's slavery. It's something that will make you give up. Maybe 1 in 100,000 can handle it, and it's not you. In all probability, it's not you. Otherwise, they would have done it already, because everybody tries it, but nobody succeeds it. What I recommend is that you play on the law of scale. That is the codes of what I'm doing today. And a crypto cycle, you have to. Because in crypto, there are 4-year cycles at the moment linked to the halving of Bitcoin. If you don't understand anything, it's very serious. If you are poor today, it's because of this, okay? It's not because there is no dropshipping or because you went to school or got the wrong education or whatever. No, it's because you don't understand what I'm telling you right now. But if you do, all the better, because I'm going to talk to you. That way, whoever does not understand wants to understand. You see, you have to talk to him like that. When you get rejected by girls, in fact, you understand that you are ugly. You understand that there is a problem. You understand that, yes, in fact, guys, playboys, fuckboys, in fact, you have to look like them. You don't say to yourself, fuck, I thought I was an 8, but I'm actually a 4. I'm being rejected by 4s, so I am less than a 4. You know, that's the reality of life. When you are flirting in the street, you've got no numbers. You can't get girls to sleep with you. It's because, in fact, you are ugly. It's because, in fact, you are unpleasant. It's because, in fact, you can't talk. You have no eloquence. You've got to face the facts. And in this case, you're going to have to get the timing right. The right timing may take 6 years. It may take 4 years. It may take 2 years, because you need to have the money. And in addition, in the 4 years, you need to arrive in the right year. So there's a year of crash, A year of consolidation, basically it doesn't move. A year of rise and a year of explosion, to put it very simply, okay? What you have to do is not to get to the crash. By building the sum, you can get to the crash. But with this sum, you have to get to when it consolidates. Basically, it's a period of accumulation. So now everyone is saying it's dead. You don't hear about crypto anymore on the traditional media, whatever. Nobody is talking about it. YouTube videos, they get 5,000 views. During a bull run, they get 100,000 views. Any YouTuber can do that. I remember someone telling me during the last bull run, I'm going to make crypto videos, new videos, or whatever, because in fact, it works with the affiliation of crypto projects without any skills. I'm going to stop the market and that's how I'm going to make money. It could be a business model. When it starts talking like that, a year later anyway, it was in the middle of a crash. It has lost 70% of its value. Yes, because in fact, it's worth nothing. It's not worth that price at the moment. What we're doing is obviously speculative. I would like to come back to the part about making yourself known under the law of scale. That is marketing yourself. That's personal branding. Why do people buy from me? Because people like me. Because people respect me. Because people admire me. Even if in the end there may be things you don't like about me. I'm extreme or whatever. In value, you have nothing to reproach me for. And that is the truth. I'm not selling you a dream. I'm not telling you that I'm a multimillionaire, that there is this, that there is that, and the Ferrari down the street. This is not the case, because that's not even what I'm looking for, even if I had the money. On the other hand, I know what I'm doing, and I'm much, much better from month to month. That's where you have to go. It's to the books. There, behind me, there are no Ferraris, there are no chicks. You know what I mean? Because it's not Ferraris and chicks that are going to give you the ability to buy Ferraris and live with chicks. To make yourself known and gain skills, that's the short format, right? To get the word out about what you do. On the other hand, if it's really purely educational, for me, it's long format. Yes, it's going to be very long, but everything is very long anyway, because anything that goes up very quickly, like cryptos, actually goes down extremely quickly. You don't work for years on something and then lose it overnight, right? That doesn't normally happen. If you do things right, that doesn't exist. You can pivot, you can change markets, because in fact, we like you. We like John, Jake, whoever. And again, the faster you act, the faster you learn in stuff that works, not overpriced stuff, in stuff that works, the more profitable it's going to be. For example, if you had listened to me and bought cryptos, not just any cryptos, let's imagine Ethereum in 2017. If you had put in $100 back then, today you would have more than $1 million, wouldn't you? $100. And besides that, you would be off on vacation, doing what you want. You smoke, you do what you want, okay? You do anything, you do everything you should not do. Everything that's bad for your health. You would still be a millionaire. So, it's not true that there are more and more opportunities. The opportunities are greater and greater, but there are fewer and fewer opportunities. And there are fewer and fewer people making a living from opportunities, because you have to be more and more obsessive and extreme. It's not for nothing that I'm giving it my all at this point, making videos over 30 minutes long and killing myself, making scripts that sometimes take me 2 days, just the script for a single video. It's not for nothing, okay? It's because I have to do it to grow my audience. You know what I mean? If it had been easier to make one video a year, I would be doing it right now. So, scare yourself. You see, I'm scaring you. Scare yourself if today you don't even have my current level all around, everything included. Now that you've got $100,000, it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there. We're on to the $1 million. That's the biggest stage. We're making plus $900,000. On the other hand, it's the easiest step. Why is it the easiest step? Because, in fact, this is the moment when your work no longer has any real influence on your capital. For example, when you're working and you have put a lot of money into it, but you have been doing it for years and you're still investing 100% of it, I'm investing 100% of it. In fact, if you make 20% on it, that's your year. So, this is the moment when investment takes precedence over the entrepreneurial life. And what's more, you're sold the entrepreneurial lifestyle. Of course, the investor lifestyle is better than the entrepreneurial lifestyle. I hope you know that. If you have never heard it before, take note. Because I would rather have 5,000 passive dollars than $50,000 killing myself in it. Personally, it's in cryptocurrency that I reach these amounts. Why? Because you will continue to invest in small nuggets, but always with a portfolio that used to be $500 perhaps. Now it's going to be $100,000 even per cryptocurrency. Can you imagine if each crypto was even times 5? We're even looking at $5 million. In fact, we're even looking at, 2.5 million minimum. You know what I mean? Whereas right now, we're aiming for 1 million. 1 million seemed like a lot at the start with just $100. Now it's almost ridiculous. It's logical actually. It's not ridiculous, it's logical, okay? It's coherent. What's more, you're going to be in a company because your business is going to grow from strength to strength. And with a company, of course, the aim is to reduce the taxable amount depending on where you are in the world. One of the best expenses for the company, one of the most profitable is obviously the ads, the publicity for your product, your service, whatever you want. When you have money, the world is a much simpler place, and having even more money is 100 times simpler because you've got a great brand and, above all, a magnificent cumulative effect. You change your status to that of a company because you exceed the limits, which means that whatever you're going to have in excess, in fact, there's maybe, I'm exaggerating, okay, but maybe even 25% that you can claim as ads. So far, I've never done one, but you can. That's why there are so many ads from so many content creators, even companies and so on. Because, in fact, you claim it all as expenses. After that, it's less taxed. Ads are going to bring you maybe 8 times as many leads for the same work you're doing in the first place. And when it comes to investment, if you always come across nuggets, take advantage, okay? Make the most of it. Those who don't take advantage in any case, go to the end of the reasoning. Say to yourself, well, nothing's going to change. So, you might as well go all the way. You're going to work less and less in your business and more on your business. Enjoy your $1 million. Easy.